Hi everyone. I wanted to do this really quick video talking about my my post I did yesterday morning on my blog, bombshell2016.blog, titled Sunday Morning Coffee Chat. And the reason why I wanted to quickly talk about that is because normally on my Bombshell site, I talk about, fashion, vintage, creating your own look, style, makeup tips, makeup looks, beauty reviews, etc., etc. And yesterday morning, in my article, my Sunday morning coffee chat article, I talked about something completely different. For those of you who haven't read it yet, I talk about anxiety and panic attacks and how to deal with them, which I've never really talked about on that site or to pretty much anyone online, just because it's kind of more of a personal thing. But I do suffer from anxiety and panic attacks sometimes. I now am able to kind of control them better and talk myself out of a panic attack a lot better than I used to, which is a big reason why I wanted to talk about anxiety yesterday, I guess, as my morning topic, because there's been a lot of craziness and chaos in my life lately, dealing with family members and their health issues, feeling stressed, feeling like, everything's collapsing on my shoulders, things like that. And if you suffer from panic attacks, and or anxiety, you probably know what I'm talking about and how I was feeling. So I thought, kind of as a cathartic thing for me would be just to kind of express, how I've been feeling lately, why I haven't been posting as many articles as I normally would on my sites, and also why I haven't been doing a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. It's because I've been going through a lot. And I'm not doing this video, and I didn't write that post to say, oh, woe is me, I'm so unique. I wrote that because I'm not unique, and a lot of people suffer from anxiety, major stress, and panic attacks. We all have stress in our lives, but sometimes, if you have really severe anxiety, it just makes your body feel worse. It makes you feel unhealthy, and it is unhealthy mentally, physically. It is unhealthy to have constant panic or anxiety attacks. Especially if you don't have the tools to help calm you down. So I wrote in my post yesterday about how things that I do to help calm myself down when I feel really hot, and when I feel like everything's collapsing on me at once, and when I feel overwhelmed. I listed some ideas on how to kind of bring yourself back, to ground yourself when you're experiencing really intense feelings. So that's one of the reasons why I posted that. Also, also a big thing, which again I wrote in my article. So yes, so if you haven't read my article about yesterday, about my anxiety yesterday, please, after this video, go watch it. Go read about it on bombshell2016.blog. Please, 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 and leave your comments and likes, and follow me if you haven't already. But again, another reason why is because I have a lot of friends and family members and just people I've met in general who are ashamed of having anxiety. They're ashamed of, that they have to either rely on medication, or that they get anxious over things that aren't, super important in the world, but super important to them. You know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense, but I wanted to, write out an article and do this video also to tell those people who suffer from major panic attacks that they're not alone. Sometimes when we're in our heads so much, we think like we're the only, that we can tend to make ourselves feel crazy, feel like we're the only ones who experience this, or, and they feel embarrassed or ashamed, or like again, like how I wrote in my article yesterday, people don't like to talk about, having anxiety. Fix that. Having anxiety because they think some people think that there is a stigma about about panic attacks and anxiety, and that they should be embarrassed about it, which they shouldn't at all. A lot of people who don't know their research, also think that things like anxiety and panic attacks don't exist. They deny that there is such a thing as anxiety, that it doesn't exist, and that, oh, we should just be stronger. That's not the case, It's not the case. You should never feel like, your feelings are invalid because someone tells you, oh, well, anxiety, not a big deal. Anxiety is a big deal. If you have never had a panic attack, like a severe panic attack, you literally feel like you are dying physically. Your heart starts to race. You feel like you're having a heart attack. It can be really scary, and there is no stigma about telling people that, you suffer from anxiety, no matter how mild or severe it might be, and that, you're not alone at all. People, I think, people connect with other people because they share the same kind of, feelings or situations. Like I remember, for example, I remember telling one of my friends who didn't know that who didn't know that I suffer from, anxiety sometimes, and I felt a little embarrassed just because, it's just anxiety, but when I told this to my friend, she said, Carly, I go through the same thing a lot. So that made me feel better that I wasn't alone. And that's like the biggest reason why I wrote that article yesterday, because we're not alone. We could talk to each other. We can, swap ideas on how to bring, how to help control your anxiety, things like that, or, et cetera, or just to, rant and just to, have a safe place to talk to someone, which I think is great. So, basically, I don't mean to ramble on, but, that's a reason, that's like the big reason why I wanted to write, up an article yesterday morning and to talk about that, because even though again, on my blog Bombshell, like I talk mostly about fashion, pinup, vintage, blah blah blah, but I also want to talk about important topics too, like finance things, ideas that can help you, talking about how to get through anxiety, etc. So I hope you enjoyed the article that I wrote yesterday. If not, I'm gonna write the link, I'm gonna post the link below here so you can check it out. And thank you so much for all my supporters and all the people who've contacted me on my site and through direct messages saying that they've experienced similar things, and that my article helped them a little bit, which made me feel good, So anyways, I'm not going to keep rambling on, but yeah, definitely go check out, please definitely read my article about anxiety that I posted yesterday, which again I will link below, and make sure you follow my blog site if you haven't already at bombshell2016.blog. Yes, and I'm sure I'll post this video on my site in a bit also. Anyways, sending lots of love to all my friends and supporters out there. and I will be talking to you guys soon. Bye. Thanks for watching, and thank you for reading and supporting my work. Bye.